Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Faceless Not Valueless, and this channel is dedicated to validate victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse. You can help me with this journey of narcissistic abuse by liking and subscribing to my videos. I am not a licensed counselor, therapist, or psychologist. I'm just here to help you during this journey. And I hope everything that I put in this channel will be able to help you. And remember, you are not crazy, you are not alone, you are loved and valued. Today, I want to talk about what happened on my prom night. And if you have if you have heard my other videos, you will notice how controlling and how manipulative is this narc in my life. I am taking actions every day, and hopefully I will move out by next year. So just wanted to put that in the open. You can go ahead and check out my other videos. So what happened at prom night? Let me let you know very, very briefly. So my graduation from high school and my prom night was the same day. So the prom was at night and the graduation was during the morning. And I was class president of my class. We had a very small class, but still. I was class president and I was excited. I was giving my speech in my graduation. And I remember thinking that day, wow, I'm such a grown-up now. And I was scared, and I was also very intimidated by the future. I think this really resonates with anyone who has gone through that experience. Anyways, after the graduation, I went home to prepare for the prom. And all of my friends went to a local, I don't remember, they went to Pizza Hut. Well, yes, there was a Pizza Hut very close by to my high school, and they all went. And I was so jealous because I love pizza and I love being with my friends. And so, during that time, obviously, you're graduating. You want to have fun. And I just went back home, and I didn't understand why I couldn't go with my friends. During this time, I was in the process of moving to where I live right now. I have moved several times. So, I will explain eventually. But I was moving again, and I was thinking, wow, I'm basically moving in 2-3 weeks, and I can't have a dinner after graduation with my friends. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, how the narc parent is so intentional on not, taking out time or space or even money to fund different celebrations that will affect you for the rest of your life. And so I stayed home. I'm still grateful because I ate. But the worst part came during prom. So I went to prom. I didn't have a prom date. The guy that I liked didn't make it to prom. And then I later found out that he didn't have the money for the tuxedo, which made me sad because I would have rented it for him. I really liked this guy, but he was 2 years younger than me. I know that sounds really weird, guys, but during that time, I like that guy. I don't know why, but and by the way, if you hear any noises, it's probably my chair or something. And so this guy really acted beyond his age, and that's why I was attracted to him. And he even looked like my own age and even older. And so I just was smitten by him, and I wanted to see him at prom at least. Even if he didn't have the money to have the talks and be my partner, I still wanted to be there and see him. I wanted to dance with him. I danced with other people, but he never came. And that obviously depressed me. Could you only imagine, being class president, everyone telling you look beautiful, everyone telling you you're such a great person, and you're like, I don't have anyone, I'm moving in 2 weeks, And I cannot even tell this person that I like him even before I leave, just to get it off my chest, Anyways, you didn't have to know all of that. Well, the point is that I had fun, nevertheless, with my friends. And during that time, I used to drink a little bit, not to the point of getting drunk, but, I was stable with because remember, I was living in a different country, so the drinking age was like 18. And, I would always drink responsibly. So it was around 7, and I saw the tables where all of the parents gathered, because I don't know if it's a custom here in the States, but back home in different celebrations like graduation and prom, the parents are welcomed, but they have their own space. They have their own space where they're drinking and socializing with other parents. Anyways, I was on the dance floor, minding my own business. I'm thinking to myself, I'm forever young. I'm going to move in 2 weeks, so I might as well make it a happy memory. Because, during that time, I was very depressed because I was not only moving to another place, to another state again, but I was actually going to give away my dog. And I was going to not see my friends anymore. So I'm thinking to myself, let's make this a good night. Let's have fun, let's celebrate, let's make it memorable, right? And not only that, I had spent so much time planning this prom. My high school was so small, they didn't even have a prom. I was the one who came up with the idea of having a prom. And the director of the school approved and everything. And in my class, we were working hard to get a venue and have this awesome prom night, which was I don't even remember. Was it Hollywood themed? I think it was. It was a Hollywood theme. And the movie stars and different quotes from different movies were written on little pieces of paper, and they were all around the venue. It was something that we worked really hard. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, let's do something that we will remember for the rest of our lives, right? I was really, really happy. And so around 7 o'clock, I see my mom just looking at me I want to go home. I'm thinking to myself, no, I know that look. When mom gives me that look, that means that my dad has told her something. I completely ignored. I went back to socializing with my friends, whatever. And so during this time, I was noticing how my dad was talking more to my mom and less to other people. I was so intrigued. I'm like, why are they? Because usually in prom nights, again, in my culture, parents also dance and they socialize and they drink and whatever, but they have their own space, right? Anyways, I went to their table with the excuse that I wanted to try their drink, but I really wanted to see what the heck was going on. And then my mom told me, hey, I think we're going to leave in an hour. And I'm like, whoa. Your girl got here at 5 and it's almost 8 and you're telling me that I have to go? Do you understand what you're asking me to do? And then I thought, oh, that's no problem. My English teacher will take me home. And my English teacher, she is such a nice, kind lady. I still talk to her to this day. She has a beautiful family. And that's the person who I decided to give away my dog to. I decided, my dog will have a greater life with this family than if I would move with him. Because my dog needed to run around and I was going to move to another place where there was not enough space. But anyways, I will be talking about that, about narcissists and pets in another video. Anyways, I told my parents, no worries. My English teacher, you totally know her, she's going to drive me home. And my dad was like, no, 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 no. And I'm like, I asked her and she told me it was fine. And of course, I was lying. I didn't ask her, but I was desperate. I'm like, you're not going to ruin my night. It's prom night. My crush is not here. I'm moving. I'm giving away my dog. All of these huge transitions. I'm thinking in my head, you're not going to like ruin this for me. You're not going to do that. Like, that's what I was thinking. And so, you know, he just kept going like, no, I don't trust her, whatever. And I'm telling him, listen, I'm going to give away my dog to her. If I'm giving my dog away to someone, that means I trust this person, okay? Okay. So he still said no. I went to my English teacher. I'm like, can you take me home? She's like, yeah, fine, no problem. Told my parents, they still said no. I got pissed. I just went back to the dance floor. Tried to stall them as much as I could. Because I thought I can't control the situation, but I can control how much I can control right now. And that didn't even work in my favor. And I was feeling this huge urge of going home and just crying because I'm like, my day has already been ruined from the start. Like, what else do you expect, right? And so we actually left, and I asked my dad, why are we leaving? And do you want to know why we were leaving early from prom? We were leaving because he told me, I have a dentist appointment tomorrow at 8 a.m. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, you are so clever. Why would anyone, well, that wasn't my first impression. My first impression was, why in the world would anyone make a doctor's appointment when the party ends usually at 3 a.m.? Back home, parties start really early and they end up like at 4 in the morning. And I was not a party girl in the sense that I would party with all of my friends. But in family gatherings, I would stay up late, watch movies with my cousins, and have a great time. It was totally normal. I'm like thinking, dude, like this is a special celebration. Why would you do that? And we left. We had to leave. Like, there was no compromise, guys. There was no, like, negotiation. And I'm thinking to myself, this is not happening. I'm thinking to myself, what about the makeup? What about the hair? Guys, I had to sleep sitting down the whole night because the way my hair was done like in a bun, in a very, very sleek bun. It was so beautiful, and I had to be careful not to like move. And for all of you females that are listening to this, you understand. For if you're a male, you're like, what? Yeah, that's what we do. Anyways, I sat the whole night. I slept sitting down, basically, against the wall in my room because I didn't want to ruin my hair. I was so excited for this day. And so I'm thinking, what about the money I spent on my hair? What about the fact that I slept sitting down for not to get it ruined? What about my dress? What about my makeup? What about the fact that I put so much effort in this in this activity, in this prom? What about the fact that my prom date is not even here, okay? And I'm moving, and my dog, and going to college, and not being able to go to the graduation, after party because I had to go home because I didn't have quote money. Like, what in the world? Now you're saying that, like, this is what was going through my head, okay? It was very loud in that place, so I couldn't really like coherently talk to him. And now I'm thinking to myself, why would someone make an appointment after an important date? Like at 8 a.m. the next day, you would still be sleeping, recovering from the prom, right? That's the only rational thing that you would think of, but no. We went home. When I got home, I probably cried for 5 minutes. I couldn't cry longer than that because I thought to myself, that if I would really let myself feel how I felt, I would have probably gotten drunk. I would have probably cried the whole night. It would have been awful. Even other classmates, they were surprised. They were like, why are you leaving? Don't leave. You're the class president. You're supposed to be, having fun with us. Like, are you lying right now? Like, why are you leaving? And even my other friends' parents, they were like, wow, I thought you were going to stay a little bit, later, since it's such a, special celebration. Are you sure you don't want to stay a little bit later? I mean, I can take you home. And these were sober parents. Yes, they might have had 1 or 2 beers, but they were okay to drive, And I trusted them. And I would still go to my dad and tell him hey, my other friends and their parents, they're volunteering to take me home. And they would say no. A bunch of people volunteered to take me home, people that I trusted, people that I would hang out with, people that I knew, and they would still say no. And so that just shows you how the narcissist, they just want you to be miserable. It doesn't matter. They don't care how much effort you put. They don't care how you feel. They really don't care. So I went home and I told myself, just cry for 5 minutes. Anything that you feel, if you want to let it out, do it for 5 minutes. And I allowed myself for 5 minutes to be mad and be angry and be sad and be pissed off. And then after that, I'm like, you know what? Just go to bed. Don't even think about it, because it hurt too much to think about it. And just only the fact that the person that I liked wasn't there, it was enough for me to make me feel sad. But of course, my friends, they helped me, I guess, enjoy that night as much as I could. And when I look back, I can totally say that I enjoyed that night as much as I could. And the next day, I stayed home with a family member as my parents went to their doctor's appointment. And I'm thinking to myself, and I told my family member, I'm like, I didn't dance enough. I was feeling regretful. I'm like, I didn't dance enough. That's what I regret. I wanted to be happier. But I couldn't because I had to leave early. So that's just my story on how my narcissistic father completely ruined my graduation after party / prom night. Let me know in the comments if you have experienced this. Go ahead and subscribe and like my video. Thank you so much for taking the time and hearing me. I hope you have a great day, and God bless you.